Some of the deportees claimed they had lived in the United Kingdom for many years. However, the Nigerian Ministry of Foreign Affairs said the deportation borders on violation of immigration-related offenses. A former deputy president of the Senate, Ike Ekweremadu, has appeared before the Oxbridge Magistrate Court in the UK over organ harvesting charges. The prosecutor claimed that David Ukpo, who alleged that he was coerced to donate his kidney to the senator's daughter, is 15 years. The case has been adjourned to July 7th at Westminster Magistrate Court to enable the United Kingdom Attorney General, Suella Braverman, to determine whether the case will be tried in the court in Nigeria. A part of the alleged offences was committed abroad, and as a result, consent of the Attorney General is required for the case to continue. No bail application was made and he will remain in custody. He faces a charge of conspiracy to arrange or facilitate the travel of another person for exploitation under the Modern Slave Act 2015. The Metropolitan Police in the UK said the child was 15. The Nigerian military says it has recorded tremendous successes across the various geopolitical zones of the country within the past few weeks. Director, Defense Media Operations Major General Bernard Onyuku stated this today at the Defense Headquarters during a bi-weekly briefing on the operational activities and achievements of the Armed Forces of Nigeria. Correspondent Uchechin Lemoa has detail.
In an effort to return peace to the country, the military troops of Operation Hadenkai in the northeast zone of the country are intensifying the tempo of their operations. The troops carried out several operational activities in Budua, Bama in Borno State, leading to the rescue of abducted persons, neutralization of terrorists, arrest of terrorist members, recovery of arms and ammunition, and other security-related items. Director Defense Media Operation Major General Bernard Onyoko disclosed this today at the Defense Headquarters.
Members of Boko Haram terrorists have continued to surrender to own troops at different locations in the theater. Between 1st of June and 25th of June, a total of 4,770 of them, comprising 864 adult males, 1,415 women, and 2,490 children, surrendered to own troops at different locations within the theater.
Major General Bernard Onyoko also disclosed that troops arrested some terrorist collaborators and logistics suppliers.
Namely, Malam Abacha Usman was arrested at Benishek. Malam Ibrahim Gira was arrested along Damboa Road. And Malam Ibrahim Gira too, a notorious terrorist petroleum supplier, was arrested with his vehicle. Consequently, troops neutralized 11 terrorists, arrested 11, and recovered 14 rustle cattle, 2 AK-47 rifles.
He added that all arrested and recovered items were handed over to the appropriate authority for further actions. Uchechi Lemowa, Citizen 93.7 FM.
The All Progressives Congress has assured the United Nations that it is committed to the ideals of democratic governance and observance of rule of law in all its undertakings. The APC National Chairman, represented by the Deputy National Chairman, North, Abubakar Kyari, gave the assurance while paying host to the Special Representative of the Secretary General of the United Nations to West Africa and the Sahel in Abuja.
We affirm the commitment of the party to take Nigeria to the higher levels of material and cultural development in the coming years, particularly by the holistic implementation of the United Nations SDGs as well as the African Union Agenda 2063 and the UAU Program of Infrastructure Development PIDA. The party reiterates commitment of Nigeria to recharging the Lake Chad as an urgent priority for the members of the Lake Chad Basin Commission, LCBC, which includes Cameroon, Chad, Niger, and Nigeria.
The UN Special Representative of the Secretary General, Mohamed Saleh Al-Nadif, who led an 8-member delegation to the APC National Secretariat in Abuja, urged the APC to support peaceful election in 2023.
We've just met this morning with the members of the Independent National Commission, Electoral Commission, and we plan to meet with all the key actors in Nigeria with a very simple message. We would like to see the coming elections going peacefully and being accepted by all parts and Nigerians. And you, as the APC in power, you have a very important role to play. So we would like to emphasize that the UN is with you, supporting you. The INA gave us a very positive signal, so we would like to endorse and amplify this signal, and we call on all the actors so that the elections are organized peacefully.
The SRSG further urged Nigerians to stay in good health and be a locomotive drive for other regions in the African continent. Still on the APC, its youth wing has reiterated its commitment to mobilize youths across the country to vote for the party in the 2023 elections. National Youth Leader Dayo Israel, while inaugurating members of the APC Youth National Special Task Force on Revalidation and Registration of the Youth-led and youth-focused support groups at the party national secretariat in Abuja, affirmed that most youths in the party already have their permanent voters' cards and therefore not threatened by youth mobilization for Peter Obi.
The revalidation of the affiliated youth organization and student support groups will be opened for a period of 1 month starting from Friday the 1st of July through 31st of July, would also enable effective coordination, discipline, harmonization of activities in alignment with the party's goal and provision and accountability, as well as efficient management and enhanced operation. To streamline the submission process and enable easy access, sorting, and verification, interested group would also be able to register digitally and submit all relevant documentations and information required for the revalidation exercise.
The task force co-chairman, Honorable Ben Dontoye, who commended the APC national youth leader for carrying them along towards mobilizing and encouraging Nigerian youths to vote for the party in the forthcoming 2023 elections, expressed the task force commitment to deliver on its mandate.
We have a very great task ahead of us. For anybody that is a serious politician, you know that elections are only won through and by the youth. If you look at the day of election, who are those ad hoc staffs that are available? Who are the staff of INEC? Who are the police? Even the military, majority of them are youth. Then you talk about the voters too. You discover that about 65% of those that actually come out on election day are the young people.
In a related development, members of the Progressive Youth Movement of the party had disbanded the Mustafa Audu-led executive for gross misconduct and financial recklessness. Addressing newsmen at the APC National Secretariat in Abuja, the General Secretary, Progressive Youth Movement, Dr. Hassan Sadiq, stated that Prince Mustafa Audu and his wife are no longer members of PYM and urged the public to stop dealing with them.
There are some members of the leadership that we have already suspended as from now because of gross misconduct, behavior and manner which they have portrayed, and that the people of the public should know that if you have any dealings with them, it's at your own risk. Yes, henceforth, because if we are youth and we cannot engage in gross misconduct, and we are trying to bring the youth into one umbrella that will support the APC and support the incoming president.
Other members of the Youth Progressive Movement further emphasized the need for the public to stop having dealings with the expelled leadership of the group, warning those who are dealing with them will be doing it at their own peril.
I believe so much in the youth of this great nation, and I believe that one for all is good for all. One for all for one. We cannot continue to have an administration or a leadership that we all picked. You know, I'm talking about the previous leadership. We all appointed them to act on behalf of all of us, and we gave them all amount of support and all amount of loyalty.
We have also here substituted ourselves from two of members of our leadership we've had, who have shown unscrupulous attitude. They've depicted manners that are contrary to what our philosophy. We stand for.
By the word gross misconduct, they cut across finances and mischievous. So mischievous in the sense is that you are taking the youth in the light and the manner which was not formed. That is what we call gross misconduct.
Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has broken his silence on the fresh crisis rocking the People's Democratic Party. The opposition party went into another round of crisis after the presidential candidate picked Governor Ifeanyi Okowa of Delta State as his running mate for the 2023 elections. Indications emerged that all was not well in the party, which led to only 2 out of the 13 governors of the party being present when the National Working Committee inaugurated the Osun Governorship Campaign Council on Wednesday. Commenting on the development, Atiku said efforts were being made to resolve grievances of party members. He said the party remains united and will focus on taking action to address the feelings of all party members. The PDP presidential flag bearer said the unity of the party is his priority. And now to news from the foreign scene. A ceremony is being held in the Democratic Republic of Congo to bury the gold-crowned tooth of independence hero Patrice Lumumba more than 60 years after he was assassinated. It is only part of his body that exists after his remains were dissolved in acid. The Belgian policeman who oversaw the disposal took the tooth as a trophy. It was returned to the family last week and has stored several parts of DR Congo in a coffin. People have been able to pay their respect ahead of the funeral that is taking place in the capital, Kinshasa. President Felix Tshisekedi, Lumumba's family and other dignitaries are at the services which is taking place before the coffin is transferred to a specially built mausoleum. Lumumba was the country's first prime minister and one of the leaders of the struggle for independence. He was also seen as one of the most prominent voices in Africa's anti-colonial movement. And in sports, Super Eagles midfielder Moses Simon and Akinkunmi Amo have been shortlisted in the nominees list for the Confederation of African Football Awards 2022. CAF released the list of nominees in different categories for male footballers, with African Cup of Nations winner Sadio Mane and former Liverpool teammate Mohamed Salah making the nominees the list. Simon, who plies his trade in France with FC Nantes, says was the only Nigerian player nominated in the Player of the Year category. The Jos-born speedster was pivotal to Nantes' 2021-2022 season, where they finished 9th in the League One and won the Coupe de France after beating Nice in the final. The award ceremony will hold on July 21, 2022 in Morocco before the final of the African Women Cup of Nations in Morocco, scheduled to take place from June 2 to July 23. And before we end the news, a recap of the highlights. United Kingdom has deported 38 Nigerians. Former Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu has appeared in UK court again. Nigerian military has recorded more success in fight against insurgency. And we gave you news on the foreign scene that Democratic Republic of Congo has buried gold-crowned tooth of Patrice Lumumba. And in sports, we brought you a report that 2 Nigerian players have made CAF shortlist for African Footballer of the Year. And that was CitizenFM News at 7, as edited by Lawrence Omoete. To listen to us online, please visit citizenfm.ng. I am Didi Eno. To stay with us.
This is Evangelist Professor Ebenezer Obey. I also enjoy listening to Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. Please keep on listening to the soul of the nation. Thank you.